there's a tab and backing track available for this lesson. You can get those by clicking the card or the link in the description at our Patreon site. These are available for individual purchase or for tier 2 and 3 supporters at Patreon. There'll also be a bonus lick on the tab. So let's look at this lesson. I'm going to show you some ideas maybe that you can consider and maybe help you come up with some new licks. We're going to take an A minor and an A dominant 7 or A7. And I'm going to show you that there's licks and positions that you can actually play over both of those chords. The same lick works over the minor chord and it works over the 7th. You could play an A13th, an A9th, an A6 and try those on that type of chord also. But the first ones I did were actually based off of whole tone licks. And the first one was this. That's based off a whole tone. Then I simply tagged it with like a little bit of a blues lick. Alright, so let's look at that one. You go to your 5th fret, you play your 10th string. You go back 1 fret to your 4th fret, you play 9, 7, 6. So that's the whole tone lick. You go back 1 more fret, you play 7, 6. So you're at your 3rd fret, your B pedal's down, you play 7, 6. So now we have. Okay, then we're going to end it with like a little blues tag. You play your 5th string at the 4th fret, slide it to the 3rd. B pedal's still down, you play 6, 7. So that's how we're going to end it. Okay, that's based off a whole tone lick or scale. The next one is straight up whole tone lick. Okay, that one, you have A and B pedals down and also your ED flat and E lever down. You play 4, 5, 6 at your 5th fret. So when you get to that 6th string, you slide it down to the 3rd fret. Okay, we're going to do the lick again. Here at the 3rd fret, you play 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to end it on that A note, which would be your 7th string at the 3rd. Okay, that is straight up a whole tone. So you could take that down in thirds, 3 frets. So you could go down to your 1st fret. So you take that lick and you move it from wherever you're at. You can move down, I said down thirds, I was counting the 1st fret you were on. You could play that lick at the 5th, 3rd fret, down at the 1st fret. Just repeats like that. Alright, so now we've got this. Okay, now the next one I did was based off of a diminished. That's just. So that one's repeating every, you go up 4 frets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Starts out 1 fret behind, so that's the way to remember the starting point. We're in A, we go 1 fret behind. So we're at the 4th fret, raise your 8th string with your E to F, 9, 8, 6, 5. Go up 4 frets, which puts you at the 7th. 4 more, you'd be at the 10th. Now on that last note, I do a lot of slurs, like, so that would simply be taking it to the 9th fret up to the 10th on that 5th string. And you can also do that to help you with your phrasing and your tempo and being in time with the band. I did that same thing here. It gives you like a little bit of leeway with your timing. Okay, so now we have a whole tone licks. And then we have a diminished type lick. And now we're going to play a lick based off an E minor. That's based off an E minor, and it works over both of those chords. It works over the A minor and the A7. So that one, we're going to do a slur again. We got A and B pedals down and our E, D flat and E lever engaged. We pick our 7th string at the 9th and slide to the 10th. Walk right up the notes, 6, 5, 4. Okay, then we release the knee lever and engage it back. So we start out with A and B pedals down, E, D flat, knee lever engaged. We go 7th at the 9th fret, slide to the 10th, go 6, 5, 4. Immediately release the knee lever, then give the knee lever back. So after you give the knee lever back, you just walk right straight down the strings. You pick 5, 6, but you play that 6th string 2 times, then you end on 7. That's your E note, but that's going to work over that, over the A minor and over the A7. Okay, so that's maybe 3 different positions or thoughts that you can work on. So if you already have some minor licks that you're playing, or if you have some diminished licks that you're playing, or if you have some whole tone, other whole tone licks that you're already doing, think about how you might can incorporate that with like a 7th chord or a minor chord. So again, just to highlight it, we had whole tone licks, and then we had, those are whole tone. Then we had a diminished type lick, and then we had one playing out of the E minor. Now if you want to think about that out of the key of A, that would be the 5 chord. You're playing a 5 minor. Because if you're playing out of A, the chords are A, D, and E. A is the 1, D is the 4, E is the 5. So you're actually playing a 5 minor over that chord. Okay, so you're actually playing 2 chords, 2 totally different chords, but you're using one pattern for both of those chords. So we had a whole tone pattern, a diminished pattern, and a minor pattern over those. All right, so give these a try, and if you got some other licks that you're doing, if you want to share them with us, we appreciate that too, to help everybody out. But I think this is a little interesting. Again, I'm not trying to get into theory. Right now, I just want to show you, get you started playing. And to me, it's more interesting and you learn faster that way. All right, so give it a try. Let me know what you think. If you'd like to support what we're doing, the best way to do that would be to go to our Patreon site and support us there. But you can also help us out by clicking the join, like, or subscribe buttons below. I just want to take this opportunity to thank our supporters on YouTube and Patreon, especially our Tier 3 supporters, Jim, M. Medlock, William, Philip, and Arthur. So thanks again, and keep picking.